Gonna get one.
Why? Hi. Well, this would be for the 355.
355? Mm-hmm.
For this assignment, it's like a
Field trip?
a field trip paper thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's like many parts to this, like pre-trip research, site visit, and observation.
You said 338, right?
55. 55. This assignment is pretty long.
You start already?
For this assignment, I have to go during the springtime. I went to the art museum, and then during this past summer, we for the trio we have went to the planetarium. Uh, but I have more for the art museum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So what does the work wants you to do? Did you go through the instruction? Like, what does he want you to do?
Like for the beginning, you need to do a pre-research of it.
Okay, like you need to look for the information about what's basically the museum.
That's what it's saying for that first bullet, like
Okay.
the exhibits and stuff.
Research your chosen destination to identify specific exhibits, activities, experience related to early math, science, social studies, STEM learning. Okay. Remember to look specifically for educators' resource on the website of your chosen list. Okay, did you do that already?
I kind for the art one, I kind of have done some of it, but if for the other one, the planetarium, I didn't really do much of that. But the art museum, I have.
Okay, so let me ask you one question. You mean how many destinations do you have for this work? 2 or 1?
I have to go to one so-called museum.
Oh, okay. So which museum did you want to?
I had
Did you pick?
for this assignment before I had like chose the art museum, but I didn't fully type out everything.
Mm-hmm.
I have what did like the first I think I was like not finished to here yet, but I have done like the first.
So where does your work start?
I what I have is I think it is. I was starting to type out the paper, but I didn't really have everything.
Okay.
I was still in the beginning stages of this assignment.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so where did you start and where did you end? So that we can continue where you have stopped.
I think I'm mainly so-called still like in the I have went to here and I have like I think I have more notes than like fully typed out the paper.
Mm. Okay, so you did the first bullet point, right?
Um,
Did you write it down in your paper already? The
I-
first bullet point? Can you go back
I
to your
think
assignment?
I'm mainly just typing. I'm still like in the process of like typing it out, like fully have into one paragraph.
I think you should have like one paragraph which kind of like describes your destination because I see many paragraphs that you have.
I think this is for
Which paragraph specifically? Okay, all those paragraphs talk about the destination. It's not some.
This is the same. These little paragraphs and sentences are like still in the beginning, but that is the first bullet point, I think.
I think you should kind of like combine them because it only speaks about your research or your chosen destination, your pre-trip research. So it should be like one paragraph that describes your destination and everything in it instead of having like multiple paragraphs like what you did.
I think I was like in the state of still like drafting that paragraph.
Maybe okay, let's start working on that maybe. Like put everything together.
Because this I think this for sure I can still keep.
It says you chose what?
The art museum.
Okay, then I think you should put the cursor here so that you can backspace to here so that it would be there you go. Space, I guess. Okay. The same thing to this. Why did you delete the other one?
Yeah.
Sound.
I think I had written some of that. I was filling out some of it. I just didn't have more.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Can you read that by yourself?
I chose the art museum because I found out that it has an art exchange and learning center for all ages. The art exchange is where families, teens, and visitors of all ages come to create artwork inspired by the museum's collection or special exhibit edition. The Art Institute has a lot of artwork in different formats. The exhibits at the art museum are both temporary and permanent. The temporary exhibits are there for about 2 to 3 months. I've never been to an art exchange and it sounded fun. I thought there would be lots of people attending this monthly event.
I think you should remove that statement.
Which one?
The last sentence.
So when I went there, I couldn't find it, so I'm not.
Okay. There's a red line in end. Check what that is.
They want a comma.
Yeah, pretty much there. And remove the blue lines. See what's going.
Just trying to add a word.
No.
Changing the word.
Okay. Based on that paragraph that you have, your pre-trip research, that's everything in there, right? Or do you want to add something more about your pre-research?
Because this one have like these other points too.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
other bullet points there.
Okay, consider backward design and think about the design results you hope to align.
That this part kind of like for because in the at the toward the bottom there's a lesson plan here thing too.
Mhm.
I need to create it from the field trip I went on.
Okay, you created a lesson plan based on the trip that you went to.
Or yeah, so called that lesson plan can be like um about like you going to the field you would bring the kids to the field that
Mhm.
place or like during or after like either
Mhm.
that's what this part is.
Okay.
And I think that's what that is saying here.
Mhm. Okay, so what do you think about the second bullet point? Like
Mm,
consider backward design, think about the design results you hope to align with in this field trip and talk about how this factored into your choice of location. You should include a discussion of your goals for this trip. Yeah. So do you think that that paragraph kind of like has
I think that
second?
mainly answer up here.
Okay, then let's answer the second bullet point. Consider backward design. You said you have that design already?
I so-called I don't really I didn't make the so-called the lesson yet.
Mm-hmm.
I so-called only have went on the trip and stuff and did the research and then found an article that matched up with this going to that art museum thing.
So you have the sources to answer this first sentence, right?
Um,
The one which is consider backward design and think about the design result you hope to align with this field trip experience.
I don't think so, not yet. Not yet. For the
And do you have anything in mind, Mindy?
Um, so called when I was like looking at like do more research of it, I have found that you can do like a little make your own map thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's all. I didn't really see a lot of like to make when I went there. I wasn't there for a long time. They
Mm-hmm.
opened late
Mm-hmm.
that time that day, so I wasn't there for a long time to like
Mm-hmm.
really even try to find what I was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I had, but I did see there were like kids coming from like high schools and
Mm-hmm.
there were families. I saw those interactions and
Mm-hmm.
stuff, but I'm not really sure. I saw some of them. They were doing a worksheet when they were there at the field trip at the
Mm-hmm.
art museum. So maybe for me it might be similar. After like doing a worksheet, like doing a scavenger hunt, I think it was what I was aiming for
Okay.
with the map because you can create. I found that you can create your own map from their
Mm-hmm.
own the art museum website. You
Mm-hmm.
can like click on little pieces of art and then you create your own little map from there, and then you can use that to like do a scavenger hunt.
Okay, do you consider doing that?
I think that's what I was planning to do for the lesson plan thing.
Okay.
That's
And that will be the design, right?
I think that's where I am aiming for this part.
Oh, okay. Then after that, okay.
Mhm.
If that's in your mind, I would say have it on your notes as well. Like write it down, like this is something that I want to do in the second bullet point. I would say note it down so that you remember what you want to do for this part of the sentence. Because the last sentence, the only thing that it needs from you is to discuss your goals for the trip. Why are you going to that trip? That's it. That's something that's very easy. But the first sentence, it's more like you have to come up with a design, you know, and connect that design with the experience of your trip. Does that make sense?
This yeah
The other part, consider a backward design. Think about the design results you hope to align with your trip. So the design that you're gonna have, you have to think about how it kind of like aligns with the experience of the trip. You don't just come up with a design, but your design should kind of like go along
So
with
it,
the trip.
so it, I know this when we use this
Mhm.
for another assignment, it was kind of like more like making the lesson plan out
Mhm.
with this in there too. So is that kind of talking about like the lesson plan? I don't know. It seems like maybe forming
Okay.
your lesson plan.
I don't, what is saying, okay, I'm just gonna go like half a sentence. Consider backward design. What is a backward design to you?
It's so called is we use we use this little chart here. It is this. This is what it looks like. This is what the backward design.
Oh, okay. So the backward. So you're supposed to create something like that.
I think so. That's what this aiming because it had this part in
Okay.
there too. So I think-
Desired results. What were your desired results? Okay. What do you want your student to know or demonstrate at the end of the? Okay. So if it's like this, okay, let's go back to the, don't close this
Mhm.
tab. Okay. It says they'll consider backward design. Okay, you know what the backward
Mhm.
design. Think about the desired result you hope to align with this field trip. Like, what are your desired result? What do you expect to get out from your trip to the museum? Those are the desired results. Desire is more like you desire to get something. Now, the desire of you to go to that museum, what do you hope to get out of that trip? Desired result you hope to align with this field trip. Does that make sense, Mandy?
I think a little bit, yeah.
Okay, let's repeat this again, right? Think about the desired result. We already said what are desired results? Like, what do you hope for? What do you intend to get out of the field trip, right? So when you have those desired results, like, okay, my desired result, if I go there, I want to do this, maybe I want to learn this, align those desired results that you have with your field trip. Does that make sense? Your field trip is something else, man.
Okay.
Let's leave the field trip aside before you even get there, right? You have this list of you like, I want to get this out of the museum, right? Then you go to the museum, you see this, you see and that. Now you look at your desired goals. You match your desired goals with what you experienced in your trip. Does that make sense right now?
I think so, yeah.
They're two totally different things, but you kind of like at the end of the day you have to connect them. Does that make sense? Because before you go into the museum, you have this desire. Or let's say your desire is like, okay, I want to see maybe this painting, or I want to see this design. That's your desired goal. Let's say you haven't stepped out of your house, right? And maybe let's say you have maybe a paper. Let's say you have a paper, then you write down desired what? Desired result you hope the desired result that you hope to have, right? Then after going to the trip, then you experience the whole trip. Then you have your own little list that you hoped for, like these are the stuff that I wanted to see in the museum. Okay, then based on your trip, your experience and this desired result, you connect the two. Does that make sense right now? Think about the desired result you hope to align with this field trip. Does that make sense again? Please just be honest.
I think so far when I was
Because we already have the backward design thing, right? But think about the desired results you hope to align with this field trip.
Because so far when I went on to the trip, I wasn't really sure what I would be making for the lesson thing at the end there. So I just really just like was there to just explore and see what's happening. And I did see those later on there's so-called mention about the kids and then maybe the families, the visitors and one side visit thing.
Do you want to go back to the thing that shows desired result? I would say go back again to the museum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Desired result. What do you want student to know or demonstrate at the end of the lesson? Okay. That's a backward design. Okay. What standard of whatever that is? Okay. Core. Okay. No, the only thing. Okay. At the end of the day, what do you want students to know or to demonstrate at the end of the lesson? You know. So when you hear desired result, let's go back. Now, I think I totally understand. Let's go back to that one.
The reference?
Yeah. Think about the desire you hope to align with your field trip. Okay. Now I understand because this is kind of like attached to the lesson plan that you just showed me, the backward design thing.
That's the thing I will
Yeah.
use later
Yeah.
for the end.
Yeah.
Of the
Yeah.
picture.
So just think about the desired result you hope to align with this field trip and talk about how this factored into your choice of location. I would say more like your think about the desired result you hope to align with field trip. Okay. At the end of the day, when you go somewhere, right? Because it even makes sense why the last sentence it says you should include a discussion of your goal for the trip. At the end of the day, when you go into the field, the field trip, at the end of the day, you have probably you learn something from it, right? Now, those things that you have learned, how are you going to align those experience that you have? And because these are two different things, you have experience of the trip, you have what you desired, your desired result. What do you want out of this trip at the end of the day? Does that make sense?
The goals is like before you even go where.
Yeah, the goal is that's something that's very simple. Like you just like you can just write the discussion of your goals for the trip. I think that should be the last thing that you put in. That's the way the instruction the way they are. But think about the desired result. Like at the before going to this field trip, what desired result do you hope to get? And then you align those desired results with your field trip experience. For example, right? You are creating a lesson plan, right?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, your desired result is student to learn this, da, 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 da. Okay, you prepare, but the student will learn everything. Your desired result will be achieved when the student attend class. They have experience each and every day of you teaching them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So same applies here. Like your desired result before going to the trip. What are your desired results? Then you connect them with your field trip. Does that make sense?
I think yeah.
Tell me what you understand. Then we'll continue.
I think so called. Then I'll try to for this part since we're kind of using.
It's more like desired results. It's like what do you expect?
Is it so called before I even go?
Yeah.
So like
then later.
based on what I found, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Does that make sense now?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Create a list of student learning objectives. I think that's easy for you, right?
Yeah, it would be based on that.
Probably, yeah. Like objectives.
This is what I'm using for that whole assignment in general.
Okay. Create a list of student learning objectives that align with your desired result and appropriate grade standard. Do you understand that part?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I think that one is much more easy. It makes sense, right?
The objectives.
The objectives that align with your desired results. Objective is something that you aim. What is your aim?
It's different from the result.
And your result is something else. Let's continue. Your objective should be measurable and achievable during or after your field trip. What does that tell you? You should be able to measure. You should be able to measure your objectives before and after the trip. Your objectives should be measurable and achievable during and after the. Because if you plan an objective that you cannot be able to measure or achieve your goals, how are you going to measure those? So your objectives beforehand, before the trip, make sure your objectives can be able, your objectives are measurable, and also you'll be able to achieve those objectives, which are aims or motives that you want to do. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
It's more like this, Mindy. Before you plan to do any research or go outside, you have to make sure that whatever topic that you're going to choose, you're going to find answers. But if you choose something that you're not going to find answers, don't choose it. Don't pick it. It some applies to here. Like your objective has to be something that you can find out there. You can be able to achieve something out of it. Your objective, and also be able to measure it. Does that make sense now?
Yeah, yeah. It'll be these two are connected in some way.
Yeah, they're kind of like it. Because it's all about objectives, right? The first one just says your objective should be aligned with the desired result, which makes sense.
So what these two be a paragraph each, or that's the one?
I think maybe it can be the same paragraph, but you can just write at the bottom. Let's go back to
this one?
Put the cursor. Yeah, there. You can just put it there. Yeah.
After this, for those two.
You wanna write it now, or you wanna do it sometime later?
I think I will need to come up with my result then.
Oh, okay. After, are you planning again to go to the museum? Because that would make sense if you go there first, because that second bullet point requires you like to be in the trip, I guess. I don't know if you need to go.
Last time I went, it was on a Friday and it was free. I was planning to go when it was free.
Okay.
That's what.
So maybe you can go to the website of the museum and check if this Friday it's gonna be free, so that you can go.
Yeah. Oh. Yep. Yep.
Okay.
And then there's like.
Okay.
Like when I go to the trip.
Okay. It says you should be an active visitor during your site visit. You should participate in exhibits, activities yourself, as well as observe how other visitors, particularly children, engage with the experience. Think of this like a prep trip visit before you will take your students. I think that makes sense, right? Like you kind of like just have to observe. And not just go to the museum and just look at stuff, then go. No, just be active, like participate, talk to people, ask a question like, what is this place like? What do people come here? Like when children come here, what do they usually go into? Like if people come here, like parents or visitors, what do they usually look into? If teachers come in here, what do they usually take their students to? Does that make sense? Yeah, those are the questions. You should not just be you check things out and then you just walk out. So you should just be active like that and participate in different activities. Because afterward, you're gonna have to take children yourself and take them. So you have to be kind of like familiar with areas where maybe children go when they go to that museum. Like what are the favorite things that children usually love to do when they go to that kind of museum, so forth. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay, be sure to write notes. I think we talked about this last week. Like whenever you go somewhere, like just take down notes. Like it says there on what you notice about how you and other engage the experience. Like how do you engage yourself to the experience? How others they engage to the experience? Consider the following question: how does the design of the experience support content learning? I believe that design upstairs, the backward thing. I believe maybe you have to prepare that before you even answer this question, Matt.
Okay.
Does that make sense now? You have to prepare that. After you're done with that, then I think you can go to the trip.
Mm.
So maybe try your best, maybe today and tomorrow complete the backward design thing, then go to the trip so that you can be able to answer this stuff. It says there, consider the following question as a guide: how to design the experience, support content, what kinds of behavior did you observe in others? So when you go there, when you take notes, just take this question, like put them on your list, or if you have a notebook or something that is small, something that is portable, you can even put maybe in your pocket or even in your bag. Yeah, there are many questions I see. How did other visitors talk about or interact, so forth? How might you imagine your own student engaging? Those are things like how will you create content specific experience for student in this setting? Okay. Any issues about the question? Do they make sense? Like,
I think I understand that.
the question?
They make sense, yeah.
Okay, the last bullet point says not anything about the experience that could be easily replicated in the class. Do you know what's the meaning of replicate?
I think that this is the kind of see what's happening, and if you see that, like the tour guide or like those teachers during that field trip, be talking about the exhibits and see how they respond, like the students and stuff. But I think I can see that, yeah. They maybe make it into a lesson in the classroom.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what they're.
Yeah, replicating is just making like another copy of something.
Yeah.
So based on what you're gonna see, yeah, that's what you're saying. So it means that you understand. Let's move.
And then this is another that.
Here you should be sure to talk about not just the trip logistic, but what children did or will do that align with your learning goals. You see, at the end of the day, it's going to be your backward design because that has everything in it. So I would say start with that first. Design your objectives, whatever your desired result before going to the trip. Just sit down today and tomorrow so that on Friday, I don't know when this assignment is due, but if it's due next week, you have to do it you have to visit the museum this week. Just go into their website and just check the dates that they're usually available and allow people to go in for free. So yeah. Does that last bullet point make sense? You should be sure to talk about not just the trip logistics, but what children did.
What's this part, the trip logistic? What's that?
What do you mean? Tell me.
This phrase here?
Logistics. You say logistics?
Yeah.
Logistics just like stuff. Take that word. Put it on Google. I want you to read it yourself. Does that make sense right now?
It seems I think a little bit.
Does that make sense now?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. But what children? Okay. Observe and documentation during the visit. Through photos. Document the exhibit, activities, or experience that align with the objective. So even if you still go, yes, you'll see a lot of things, but capture things that align with your goals that you're going to create in your backward design. Take moments, pictures that align with your design, which is going to have all your objective stuff. Don't just take anything. Yes, you can take a lot of things. Maybe later you can sit down and say, this kind of goes with what I did as
Mhm.
the design that you're going to create. This goes, this goes, this goes, this does not go. You can have a lot of pictures, but at the end of the day, you have to choose the one that kind of like aligns with your learning goals. So, yeah,
Okay, yeah.
I would say yes, take a lot of pictures, do
Mhm.
a lot of activities, like take everything, but when you sit down, you have to choose things that goes with what you're doing. Okay. So that's what it's saying there. Like document the exhibit activities or experience that align.
Mhm.
It means that it goes along with what you're doing and standard. Let's go. Document your observation from your site visit using guiding questions above. You already have the questions.
Those questions.
Those questions, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like you should take like a notebook and write this question down before you even go to the museum. Because you're not going to sit down and open your computer in the middle of a visit. Just write them down on a piece of paper or a notebook and just have them as you go to the museum. Okay. All right. Where are we? Okay. You have the questions. Post-trip reflection. Reflect on your experience. Like, what did you think of your experience overall? I think now this is after you go, after your trip. After you go back home, maybe you sit down. Now you start thinking of how was the trip, you know? So overall, how was it? Like, it was exciting. If it's exciting, you have to explain why it was exciting and things like that. Was it easy to find ways to integrate content learning? Was it easy like to find um, ways to integrate content learning, like things that kind of like align with what you're doing? Was it easy like to find things like that or activities in the museum that really have the content that aligns with your goal? Was it easy or was it hard? You know, that's what he's asking. In what ways will this experience be valuable for your student or yourself as a teacher? You have to now think about everything that you experience, and even if you want to take your students later, what do you think they're gonna get out from that trip, or what will be valuable for them to visit the museum that you went to, or even yourself? What might be challenging about the trip? I don't know. If it's far, maybe. I don't know if it's far or near. That can be a challenge. Like if it's way too far and you have events, yeah, I don't know. But anything
I'm
that
not really sure what would it be the cost of the bus and stuff for some of the trips. Maybe it's the bus. You need to pay for that. That's the
yeah, pretty much if you have students, yeah. But if it's yourself, I don't know. If it's yourself, it's not gonna be that bad. But if you have student later, that's gonna be a challenge.
Would this be about my experience?
Yeah, this is just your experience, maybe.
Okay.
This is not you taking students. This is just you going.
That's what that part was.
Yeah, it's just you. So if for you maybe it was challenging, maybe you could say a challenge. If it's far, maybe I don't know.
I think it was really kind of like the hours and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can say that.
They open late.
Oh, okay. Okay, what might be okay? We talked about the challenge of the trip. How can you anticipate these challenges and plan accordingly? So after thinking about the hours that you think it's a challenge, then before you like even later like want to make a trip now with the student, you have to kind of sit down and predict the challenges and plan accordingly. If later maybe you want to go with student, does that make sense? Okay, connect your reflection to at least one relevant academic or professional article. Did you find the article? I think you mentioned something about the article.
Yeah, I found one that's like about the art one. That's one I have.
Okay.
I just need to,
Did you start reading it yet?
I didn't really I need to read it.
Okay. So you have to connect what was your takeaway, your reflection about the trip, and connect it to the article. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If there's any argument that it's in the article and it kind of like speaks to what you were, no, probably it should be just connect your reflection to the, yeah, what you have as a reflection connected to the article that you're going to read. Let's see about the benefits of the field trip of young children, teachers, content learning, or other related fields. I think that's easy. Yeah. Okay, minor lessons. I think this will be the last one.
That's the, I think using this thing in general to make it so.
Okay. Develop a micro lesson based on the observed exhibits and activity from the field trip. This can be a brief write-up with target age, standard learning objectives, activities. This should be related to your desired result and other related field trips, objectives, and standard. The lesson can be something done and be or the lesson can be something done in preparation for the trip during the trip or after the trip. Okay. Does that make sense? Is there something that you think that does not make sense there?
So this goes back to like that first section, right? The pre-visit, because this has about the results and objectives. And
Yeah.
standards.
It's more like
Or would this be a new set?
mhm.
Well, which one? Seems like. Does it go back to that one?
Kinda, yeah. But this is more like
Another one?
develop a micro lesson based on observed exhibit activities from the field trip. This can be a brief write-up. You can just write down because it's a brief write-up with a target age, which must have a target age, right? The age that you're standards, the learning objectives and activity. They should be related to your desired result. It's more like that. The one that you just said upstairs there.
So it's going back.
But the difference here, it says it can be something you just write. Because that one, it seems like you have to have a box and everything else within. But this, you can just write it out. Does that make sense? It says here brief write up. So it means you can just write it. Does that make sense? This should be related to your desired result and other. I think it's the same thing, desired result and related field objectives and standard. The lesson can be something done in preparation for the trip or during the trip or after the trip. I would say before the trip is already up there, maybe this micro lesson should be during the trip or after the trip. Because you already have before. Does that make sense already?
Okay. Oh, then this is kind of like maybe for a lesson for maybe that happened during the field trip.
A field trip during or after when you're done. But I would say don't do before because you already have the first one, which is a pre something upstairs there. That the first paragraph, the first instruction that you did. So yeah.
Okay.
Sense?
Yeah, it did have many. I think I would just need to work on this two words and the field trip visit thing.
I would say the first thing that I would encourage you to do, Mandy, it's prepare first the backward thing design, the backward design thing. Have it ready. Read your article. You can prepare the backward design, then go to the trip, then come back. After you're done with the trip and everything else, you can start working on other things, but also read the article. I don't know how many pages the article have, but
the article is 4 pages.
That's pretty easy. You can just finish it even a day.
4
Not even a day, even like for an hour, you'll be done.
It's 4 pages.
You can be done. So yeah, I would say start with the design, go to the trip, then afterwards, after you have the design and you go to the trip, you'll be able to answer almost all the other question that follows through. But make the design first.
Okay, I think I understand it.
And when is the due date for this?
It's due on a Friday.
Next week?
Yeah.
So I said you should just Try your best just to visit this museum
Mm-hmm.
this week. The week it's almost over. Like
Mhm.
tomorrow is going to be Thursday. I would say before the end of the day, through their go through their
Mhm.
website, check the available dates that they have for free where you can go.
Mm-hmm.
If it's available this week on Friday for free, go.
Mm-hmm.
If it requires you to have money, that's something else.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
this is
yeah.
an assignment that you
Mhm.
need
Yeah,
to
yeah,
do
yeah,
and turn in
yeah.
next week. So, and if it carries 50 points, I think you should just do your best. I don't know. Find a way and go. If it's not free, just do your best so that you can be able to go to that trip because it's important
Mhm.
because it's for your class. Hmm.
Yeah.
One thing at a time.
Yeah.
Don't think about the whole bullet points. No.
Mhm.
If you start thinking about the entire, oh, I did not do this bullet, that's not how you work. Start with the design. One
Mhm.
thing after another. When you're done with that, go to the trip. Actually, before even the design, before you go home, or maybe if you're still
Mhm.
around here on campus, go through the website and check
Mhm.
the website of the museum if they have any available dates that you can go and visit.
Mhm.
When you get that schedule, prepare yourself for that trip. Prepare the backward thing design, the design that you're supposed to have. Go to your trip. Make sure you have a notepad and the questions that are in here written down. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing at a time. Don't think about the bullet. It's not.
Yeah.
I would not say that like it's too much, but as soon as you're done with your trip, everything will just be easy for you to write.
Okay. Yeah. Mhm. So these two seems like it can be one paragraph or like what?
They can be yeah, one paragraph. They can be one paragraph.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I think the do the first part.
Mhm. So I think you can write that down right now quickly, like before the day ends today. I'm repeating this because
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
really important, and I do that most of the time, though I'm in grad school, but I always note down things immediately once they pop up on my head because if I don't, I will forget. Find a date where the museum, go through their website, find a date that you'll get it for
Yeah,
free.
yeah.
If not, you have to find any other means so that you can be able to go this week because next week you have to turn in this assignment. Prepare your design. When you're
Yeah.
done with your design, sit down, write down all those questions that you're going to use when you go into your trip. I think they're somewhere in the site visit part.
Yeah.
Site
And the
visit.
second
Yeah,
bullet here.
yeah. Write those questions down. Then go to your trip. Does that make sense now?
Yeah.
Just prepare yourself. Any questions?
I think
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm okay for that.
One thing at a time, Mandy.
Mm.
Don't look at the entire bullet points because I can see you scrolling down and up and you think maybe their assignment is way too low. Just break it down bit by bit.
Mm.
But you have to start doing it this week until next week. You still have a couple of days, this day, this week, and next week, so that you can be able to.
Yeah, I kind of got this, and now I just need this second
Mhm.
point. Okay.
You good?
Yeah.
I would say start working on it as soon as you step out of that door. Go find the museum when
Yeah.
one day it's about. Afterwards, start preparing your lesson, your design. I mean, your backward design. Mhm. Have your questions written down before you go to the. Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm. Yes.
Yeah.